Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the weekly Group by News. I see quite a few people stopping in super early at the start. I see a Bree Wonderful, Stolpen, Kitty Namo, Comrade Questions, Aaron will no scope you, Wilford DG, Sumex, FitLab, Luminous Peak, Gazol T, CP the Brick, who else? 2-1, Tatai Mob, and Barugi. Thanks, guys, for joining in so early. Welcome to the weekly Group by News. If it is your first time here, thanks for joining in. This is a weekly show that occurs every Sunday, 7:30 p.m. PDT, in which we talk about all the starting and expiring group buys. This particular episode covers anything from tonight, the 20th, all the way till Saturday, the 26th. So everything between these 2 dates is fair game. If you would like to follow along to see what I'm talking about, make sure you execute the GB list command when you guys get a chance, especially when it comes to the very end, when we talk about the audience group buy section. You can check the list to see if I've missed anything or if anyone else has submitted anything new. So yeah, without further ado, let's talk about our very first ending group buy. Very first ending group buy is DMK Midnight. So this one has quite a few different kits, quite a few different base kits as well, but the base kit pricing for the triple shot light base is $125. This only covers up to TKL, with most common layouts in between: double shot, triple shot, dark, and light alphas. You can mix match however you want. There's also numpad kit, novelties, and spacebar. Let's take a look at some of these novelties right here. Looks pretty cute. So DMK, or DMK, has been making great strides in the community lately. People have been calling them a potential competitor to GMK, especially since they're delivering pretty quick. Like, for example, this set has an ETA of Q4 this year, 2022, Q4 2022. Yeah, if you're looking for a nice ABS double shot or triple shot set, check this out. Base kit pricing is $125. To buy everything here, every single kit I just talked about, you're looking to spend $700. So yeah, can get pretty pricey depending on how many of these you buy. I will have to say, triple shot pricing, this seems about right. Double shot, I'm a little bit turned off. I think for double shot, this should be closer to 100. 115 is not bad, but still a tad too expensive for me. So another reason why it's all the way up to 700 there, let me show you the reason why, is because that's not just the kits. There's also a whole bunch here. You've got the DMK Midnight cable, you've got Metal Artisans, and you've got a dust mat. All that added together brings the price up to 700. Next set that is expiring this week expires on the 22nd. Someone mentioned this a few weeks ago as part of our audience group buy section, but this is a random Frank P collab set. Control T Deep Sea Keycap set. You get a full size kit with some of the most common layouts in between for about $80. So check it out. To me, it doesn't look particularly high quality, but I do like the ocean floor theme that's going on over here. Looks pretty nice. What keyboard is this? This kind of looks like an NK65 EE, if I'm not mistaken. The Bloomin' colorways. Like, the 3 indicator LEDs on the top right are like a dead giveaway. Not a bad looking set, but it's up to you guys if you think it's worth $80 to you. This one delivers Q3 of 2022. Premium PBT plastic. Back when I first talked about this, I kind of poked fun at it because this seemed to imply compared to ABS, PBT material is higher quality and more textured. I felt like that was a little bit marketing speech, just because ABS and PBT are different plastics, each with their own pros and cons. If we're speaking strictly about durability, then sure, PBT is higher quality, but other than that, nope. But yeah, check it out if you guys are interested. This one expires on the 22nd. Right, next set that is expiring is, but this is GMK Nimbus, expiring on the 25th, which is this Friday. For a $129 base kit, you get the following: pretty much full-size keyboard support with common layouts in between. You also got Novelkeys, space bars, icons, a couple dust mats here, which look pretty cool, and of course some metal artisans. So $129 for the base. To buy all of these kits, dust mats, and artisans that I just talked about, you're looking at a grand total of about $400. And unfortunately, because this is a GMK set, GMK is currently extremely backed up. The tentative delivery date for this, or I guess it's more like an estimated, hoped for delivery date, is Q2 of 2023. Look at all that. Cool, cool, cool. Cool, cool, cool. So yeah, check it out if you guys are interested. Expires on the 25th. Once again, base price $129, all in about $400. Delivery Q2 of 2023. As far as I know, those are the only 3 key sets that are expiring. So here, let's do a quick recap. There we go. This is DMK Midnight, Control T Deep Sea, and GMK Nimbus. Out of these 3 key sets, which ones are you guys most interested in? Let's see, looks like most people like Nimbus. I'm gonna have to agree that Nimbus is a very good set. But for me specifically, the one I am most interested in this week is DMK Midnight, particularly because of the triple shotting. I don't have any triple shot sets, so this is gonna be the first one of its kind in my collection. So anyway, let's talk about keyboards that are expiring this week. Starting with one that is expiring on Friday, the 25th. This one is the Phoenix TKL for $499. You get a TKL that looks like this. You can choose any combination here: ISO or ANSI, aluminum or polycarb, WinKey or WinKeyless. But then once you get to the base over here, all the aluminum ones keep the price at $499. It's only brass that brings it up by $100 to $599. Looks pretty neat. One of the biggest cons that I see in this board, or at least what people have reported to me, the screw positioning. You see how the logo, the Phoenix logo, is centered spot on, but when you look at those screws, it's shifted to the right a little bit. People don't like this look, even though you never look at the back of your keyboard unless you're showing it off. People don't like this look. So yeah, that's pretty much been the biggest complaint I've seen from people. It looks like a good board, you know, it looks like a very beautiful board regardless. Let's look at some of the specifications here. F13 TKL layout with ANSI and ISO support, USB Type-C with universal daughterboard support, PCB with south-facing stabilizer support, cool, 6.5 degree typing angle, 20.268 front height. Wow, that's pretty high. I usually prefer boards that are in like the 17 to 19 range. Interesting. 4 kilograms built with brass weight. The brass base alone is 3.2. Wow, that's a expensive bottom weight there. See, and specifications, that curve. That curve. Let's see, packaging, top and bottom housing, PCB including daughterboard and JST cable, comes with the keyboard bag, available at these other proxies. Very cool. It looks like your typical generic TKL. In fact, the differences in its aesthetics seem to show up in the bottom and on the side profile, which is why I think it's such a big deal that having the screws not centered is a major hit to its aesthetic value. Digital FXXX subscribed with Prime, subscribed for 12 months. Dude, thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's see. Baron Law says the Phoenix TKL is a fail given its price point. I don't think so. Like, you've seen a lot of boards like this that are in this particular price range. It doesn't seem, you know, it looks like, how many TKLs look like this are in that price range? There's quite a lot, right? Honestly speaking, I'm not surprised about the price. Maybe if it was maybe 20 bucks cheaper, sure, but still, you know. Casualty is you can ignore the off-centeredness up to you, mate. Yeah, like a lot of people complain about this. For me, I'm not too bothered. I don't stare at the bottom of my board. The biggest reason why I wouldn't go for this is because I'm not a TKL user. But yeah, if you guys are interested, this board expires on the 25th. Alright, the next board that is expiring this week is expiring on the 26th. This is the LW75 from Laneware Peripherals down in Australia. Basically, this is a hot swap build for 325 bucks. Comes with daughter board, USB-C with ESD over voltage and over current protection. It comes with a knob in its leftmost corner, which is atypical, as a lot of 75s, a lot of boards these days have the knob on the top right. Preference thing, you know. This is also a gasket mounted keyboard. It's funny how he says comes with Laneware stickers as well. And if you were one of the first 100 to jump in on this when I first talked about this board, you also got a fancy little coaster that matches the color of your board. There was even like a brass one that you could buy on top of that. Comes in pink, white, green, blue, gray, all that cool stuff. You can also buy extra so you can swap out the top, change the color of your board a little bit. But yeah, let's talk about it a little bit. I had the opportunity to build this on stream about a month ago at this point, and I'm gonna say I am just as impressed about this as I was with the LW67. I said that the LW67 was probably one of my favorite 65% to date. This, in terms of typing feel and sound, is probably going to be one of my 75% to date. Is it a satisfaction 75? Is it a 7V? Is it a, you know, name other 75% keyboard? I'd say no, because my biggest issue with the LW75 is that it doesn't really look that great. It doesn't really look that great. It just looks like a generic 75. Look at that USB-C port. It's like a big hole. Like, sure, it's form-fitting to the actual USB-C port inside, but that hole is just not very beautiful to me. So this is what I was talking about with the Phoenix TKL. The Laneware actually has a very similar design in the middle of the board, but yet you see all of the screws are symmetrical to it. It's not like askew or like anything like that. I really like this board. This has been the 75 that I've been using quite frequently. Another issue that I had with it was this knob over here. I am so used to having the escape key over there, so sometimes when I reach for my escape key, I press the knob instead and I mute my system, and I'm like, wait, that's not the escape keys, and it just takes some muscle memory practice, I guess, to get back to where your escape key is over there. Within about 2 days, I was fine. But then, of course, once I switched to another board where the escape key where it's supposed to be, I got confused once again. So yeah, it's lots of pros, but definitely one of those things that super preference based. Let's see, FitLab says the back would have been nice to have a beautiful brass or copper weight. I can see that, but keeping the price at $325, I think he couldn't really do that. There may be a time in the future where he's like, all right, the premium LW75 kit, complete brass bottom, but who knows. So far, it's been one of my favorite 75s. I've built this particular unit with an aluminum plate with artisan cut gaskets because it's a prototype, so he did not have gaskets for me, so I had to cut them myself. Gateron Oil Kings with nice PBT black on white. You guys can actually catch the typing test on my YouTube channel whenever you guys have a chance. So yeah, $325, estimated delivery date Q4 2022. I wish he would have provided a case for this as well, but you know, it's also one of those things. As far as I know, those are the only group buys that are ending this week. So if you were to go all in on every single key set, every single keyboard, buying all the artisans, desk mats, cables, kits, whatever, you name it, This week's total price, if you bought everything I just talked about, this week's total price is $2,147. Keep in mind, this does not include shipping, taxes, or customs fees. So at $2,147. So yeah, let's talk about missed group buys next. You know, there's always stuff that I miss, which is why at the end of the stream, I have an audience group buy news segment. So yeah, missed group buys from last week that I only found out after the group buy stream. This one is DCS Reaper. If you're unfamiliar with what DCS is a profile manufactured by Signature Plastics here in Washington, and it is a very cherry-like profile. But yeah, this DCS Reaper set comes with a TKL base kit, selling for about $109.99, with quite a few other sets attached to it. Now, I missed this last week, but the thing that I am most interested about is not so much the colorway, not so much, you know what it is, but here, let's see if I can find it. Where is it? Alps Relegendables. Here we go. Alps Relegendables. You know, I have a bunch of Alps boards that have just kind of sat in my collection because, you know, there's not too many key sets available for Alps. Like, the only commonly available third-party key set I can think about is the ones from Taihao. Like, over the years, we've had a few, but, you know, if you missed out on it, that's it. You know, you just have to look up on Mech Market. But yeah, so I'm always glad to see key sets that support Alps. Oh, I know this one's just like the Relegendables, but that's still something. That's still something. I could cover my entire board with Relegendables if I wanted to. But yeah, check it out. Check it out. One of my biggest critiques about this set is that it's hard to see. I wonder if it's just the renders or if it's really going to turn out like this once I get it. But yeah, this is a gray on black key set for the most part. So those legends are going to be difficult to see. Alps base, that's what I was looking for earlier. I was like, what? I swore I saw like an Alps base for it. It just wasn't like the Relegendables. There we go. So Alps Relegendables. Kibi, Skull, let's see, Kibi, Grimmy, 1U, Skype, the Ossuary, Return, Carrion, and Cat Reaper. Very cool. Let's look at a couple more of these renders. Yeah, I keep saying I will finally get another DCS set, but you know, especially since it's supposed to be delivered in Q4 of 2022. Not a bad set. To buy every single kit, dust mat, artisan, and all that, you're looking to spend about $700 on this. $700, including all the base kits. Including all the base kits. So yeah, check it out. Check it out if you're interested. Oh look, for the first 72 hours, it's already long past, but you buy either base kit and get 10% off any of the Reaper dust mats. Cool. Because the only other thing I missed from last week is this board right here. The Mason 60 Art Series. $230. And you have different colorways available here. So you got this, the Sakura Pink, the Paint Splatter, Foliage Green, Neon Splatter, and Midnight Sky. There we go. Let's do it this way. Midnight Sky. Looks super artsy. Neon Splatter. Huh. Foliage Green. I like these colors a lot. Very cool. And you have your option of adding a wrist rest, EVA foam, or a cork dampener. A quick spec list. This is cast from gypsum resin composite. All I understand from there is that it's a type of resin. It almost feels like marble, cold and smooth. It's heavy, impact resistant, and sounds great. Impact resistant. Interesting. I don't see too many keyboards in our hobby being described as impact resistant, so I'd love to see some tests with these. 60% style case should fit typical GH60 style PCBs. Tray mount with removable screw post, silicon O-ring dampeners, cork liner on the bottom, optional EVA case foam, optional matching wrist rests. Very interesting. So this one is meant to deliver by May 2022. Group buy is a first come first serve basis with 80 units available. So considering that I missed this from last week, we're probably well below 80 units at this point. Pricing $230 for the case plus wrist rest, and the other options brings it up to about $300. Oh, the pink one looks really nice actually. That's really pretty. Bauer says, apparently gypsum is a biodegradable type of resin. Don't quote me on that. Uh-oh. Well, I guess this is a board you can take to your grave. kind of a morbid thought there, but that's what came up. Nice. So yeah, check it out. You guys are interested. This one expires on the 12th. You got time. Let's talk about in-stock stuff. So, you know, group buys suck. Group buys take forever, especially if you're buying a GMK key set. But the good news for all of you is that not everything in this hobby is group buy. There are a select few items you can buy in stock, and it should arrive to you in roughly a week, of course, depending where you are. But yeah, what I like to use for this segment is ThoughtStock.com. ThoughtStock basically tries to aggregate everything that is in stock in our community, everything from keyboards to switch modification. I would highly suggest you guys check out this site sometime in the near future. You don't know what you'll find. One of the newest things that he included in the site is number one, a search feature at the very top here, and also a new category segment so you can figure out what has shown up new in our hobby. The very first item I'd like to talk about that is in stock is actually a switch that I got to try out a few weeks ago. Unfortunately, I did not get the production grade variant. He's sending me the production grade, but when I tested them out, they were not quite production yet. What I'm talking about is the Oolong Switches. Oolong Switches come in a pack of 10 for $6.50. They are a milky JWK top housing, nylon bottom, long stem, and unlubed. Called Oolong cause tea, and the stems are really long. Specifically, let's see, he had a specific value here, 13.45 millimeters long. Quick cross section of the switch right there. I would characterize this as a fairly high-pitched sounding switch. Even with the nylon bottom, you still get what the community calls clacky. So yeah, looks pretty good too. I currently have them in my Emery 65 with the Zenclack Geek Arc T set as well. So yeah, I do have to say that I am partnered with Zenclack. If you do choose to buy these switches at the following link, you can also use discount code WIZARD to get 5% off. So check it out. Check it out when you guys have a chance. Currently in stock. The next item that is in stock that I'd like to showcase is an Divinikey set. The first time this showed up, I was considering buying it, and I was like, it's probably not gonna look good because, you know, the key company does have this reputation that the pictures don't necessarily match the actual product. So I waited, and you know, the first batch of people bought them, and some people on my Discord were like, Merlin, this actually looks pretty darn good. And I looked at the pictures and I'm like, you're right, how did I miss out on this? So I went to go buy it, and it was out of stock. It finally came back in stock this week. So yeah, they're doing it a little bit differently this time. It's $125 for the bundle, which includes the TKL kit and this one right here, the Novelkeys kit. Comes with a very interesting looking space bar. You can choose to buy just the base kit if you want to save a few bucks. And then there's the Dark Alphas. Oh, those are sold out as well. But yeah, I guess it's only the bundle and the base kit that are available. So Shun says, you probably already spoken this already, but what was your impressions on IFK port when you received it? Yeah, so IFK port Let's see, I recently put it on my Bakaneko. IFK port does not look like anything that was advertised, but I personally think IFK port as its own standalone key set does look pretty good. In fact, at the latest Seattle meetup just a few weeks ago, I brought it. I had a lot of people say, hey, IFK port actually looks pretty good. So, as long as you don't compare it to what was advertised, as long as you don't compare it to actual port colors, you won't be disappointed. Which is another reason why I'm interested in IFK Vanir. But yeah, check it out if you guys are interested. Last but not the least is a special in-stock segment. Last but not the least is the Cannonkeys Brutalist series of boards. These are boards that are commonly in stock on Cannonkeys. So one that I recently unboxed is the Savage65. In fact, I will be building this on Tuesday evening. Why am I building this? And why did Cannonkeys send me this board? It's because tomorrow on the 21st, there is going to be a sale on Cannonkeys. They're trying to promote that top mount boards aren't bad. They're just another form of mounting. As I was saying earlier, everyone keeps saying that gasket mount is the only mounting system to go. Everything else is crap. That is not true. People should consider the other types of mounts because, this hobby is very much preference driven. Gasket is just one type of preference. Starting tomorrow, Monday the 21st, if you purchase one Brutalist keyboard of any type, Savage 65 like what I'm showing, Obliterated, Wrecked 1800, any of their Brutalist series of boards, and you choose a keycap, that keycap will be 40%, or key set, that key set will be 40% off. You can also choose switches, one Brutalist board or switches, and those switches will be 45% off. So yeah, very good deal starting tomorrow. Let's see. So this is actually the first Brutalist series board that I am ever building on stream. I've seen these at meetups, I've typed on them, but I've never actually I've never actually built any of these. The closest burger mounting top mount that I've built is probably the Satisfaction 75. So yeah, looking forward to trying out this board on Tuesday. One of my biggest critiques about this board is that I'm not a fan of Brutalist architecture, so naturally I'm not a fan of Brutalist inspired designs. One of the things I critiqued about this was that all of these boards have such a huge USB-C cutout. Like, look at that. That's basically just a it's basically just a rectangle that they cut out. It seems very it seemed very lazy to me. It kind of reminded me of the old GH60 cases where they just literally carved it out, and I was like, okay, that doesn't look pretty at all. We'll see on Tuesday. Once I've actually built the board, I'll be building it with Gateron CJs and an FR4 plate and topping it with one of the many nice PBT key sets that Cannonkeys sent me. So yeah, we'll see how I like it. Miano says, looks a bit outdated. That has been another common complaint, but if you think about it, this is a Brutalist architecture inspired design, so some people would say Brutalist architecture is rather outdated. Right? But yeah, check it out, especially since they'll be running the sale tomorrow. Check it out. But yeah, let's talk about some starting group buys here. Starting group buys, here we go. Let's talk about a set that is starting tomorrow. There we go. This is GMK Marmoreal. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that correctly. GMK Marmoreal, here we go. Another green, white, and red set. When I first saw this, I was like, wait, I've seen this before. And yeah, a couple months ago, we had another set called GMK Deku, inspired by My Hero Academia. So obviously this one is a more saturated looking set, brighter colored set. This one's more subdued, which is more up my alley. It is a full-sized base kit, with most of the common layouts in between. See, they have an alt mod kit if you wanted the all green aesthetic. And you've also got the novelty kit right here. JTK Winner is another one of these. Yeah. Here goes Spacebars kit. Very cool. Then desk mats. I like the marble desk mat. The marble looking desk mat looks great. Earth tones reversed, yeah. Here, let's look at a couple of renders. See that? Let's see. Very nice. The House by Hand Engineering. Mountain Alice. Looks good. Actually, I do like the all green look better, to be honest. I like the all green look better than I do the base kit. The SP 111, very nice. The KL90. KL90, yeah, looks good there too. The image you're requesting does not exist. Oh no. Vendors are going to be Ash Keys, Valve Supply, Fancy Customs, My Keyboard, Protozoa Studio, Rectangle Store, Design Studios, Basekeys, Z Frontier, and Dailyclack. And the pricing is looking to be $135 for the base kit. Interesting. $135 for the base kit. So about, this looks to be almost a $400 all-in kit. No, and because this is GMK, expect like Q2, Q3 of 2023. It's pretty much unavoidable at this point. Couple artisan collaborations right there. Cool. But yeah, check it out. This one starts tomorrow on the 21st. But yeah, this next set that is starting is a special set. This one is special because it is designed by another fellow Seattleite, also another fellow streamer located in Seattle. This one is Milky Way Voynich. There you go. Milky Way Voynich. Voynich is Milky Way Voynich is inspired by a manuscript that was, how can I best describe it? It was a very weird manuscript depicting scenes that were otherworldly in nature, with a script with a language that no one could ever decipher. And it has baffled people for generations. People had different stories about it, had different theories about it. Some people thought it was a different dimension, that it depicted a world in a different dimension, or maybe a world at the center of the earth. No one knows at this point. So yeah, check it out. There's lots of stuff on YouTube on it, and if you watch Ancient Aliens, I believe they talk about it too. This set is inspired by some of the designs that were present in that manuscript. But yeah, look at it. Look at all that. Loving all the Milky Way sets coming out so far. Me too. Me too. Milky Way is turning out to be a very common PBT manufacturer that people like to go to. There we go. Some of the kits available. You got the Voynich Sub-Alphas kit. Then you have the regular, or you just have the Mono Alpha kit. Both of these I believe are 38. Then you've got the Icon Mods kit, the Voynich mod kits, Novelty mod kit. Novelty mod kit is where it's at. Like this in my opinion is what makes the Voynich manuscript. Novelty, oh yeah, this just looks so cool. This looks so cool. Pricing, here we go. Yeah, I was right. It was $38 for the alphas and $40 for the mods. You've got Spacebars for 16, Novelty and Numpad for 20. I'm gonna say, if you're gonna buy the set, you would be wasting your money if you did not embrace the Voynich theme. Why? Because there are many sets that have this colorway, but this is the only set that is exclusively Voynich. Yeah, this is, as I said earlier, this is a set from a fellow Seattle streamer, DD Decline. You guys make sure you can catch him on Twitch. Okay, I like that Desmat. That's really cool. Wow. See, artisan collaborations right here. See, vendors gonna be Cannonkeys, Cannonkeys. My keyboard prototype is hex keyboards, Zenclack, Milky Way, and rectangles. If you wanted to buy just your typical alphas and your mods, you're looking at $78. So it's really not a big commitment. I am definitely jumping in on this. I'd like to support my fellow Seattle streamers, and it just so happens to be a theme that I quite enjoy, that I think is really interesting. So yeah, gonna be buying this one, the Novelty Mods kit, along with the... No, I am not confident enough in my touch typing to completely go with the Mono Alphas kit, so I will go for the Sub Alphas kit, like that. Sub Alphas, Novelty Mods, and Novelty Spacebars. These are the ones that I will be getting. So given Milky Way's history, like especially from last week's show, expect this to be delivered of Q4 2022. So fingers crossed that actually happens, if not Q1 2023. Check it out if you guys are interested. Apparently it's up early on Cannonkeys, but it'll go live tomorrow for the rest of the vendors on the 21st. So speaking of Milky Way, our last set that's starting this week that I know of is also a Milky Way set. Here we go. This last one is Milky Way Satellite, starting on the 25th, this coming Friday. This one is not as out there as the Voynich manuscript one. This one seems a lot more normal. Still out of this world, if you know what I mean, but not out there in the fantastical realm. But yeah, here we go. This is a, how would I describe this? Gray, blue, and yellow set. So a base kit goes for 95 bucks. 95 bucks gives you a full-size supporting kit with some of the common layouts in between. You've also got novelties, satellite themed novelties. 40 space, interesting. Space bars, Nord, and a few dust mats right there. Oh, is that a penguin? Yeah, I think that's a penguin. That's really cute. See a couple renders here. Yeah, I like the colors of this set, to be honest with you. This looks good. I have been really liking everything that Milky Way has been doing lately. Conrad Costin says, damn, might have to cop this one too. Yeah, this one's a base kit for 90 bucks, right? Yeah, 95 bucks. That's only 20 bucks more expensive than Voynich. It's more like a fun Apollo. Yeah, I see that. Cool. OGR by Alchemist Keyboards. There we go. Frog TKL. LW67. Okay, I don't see a render of the LW67 used very often. Yeah, this looks good. Though I can't remember if the LW67 was ever offered in this color. Though I will have to say, with the old renders, the mods look more gray, which isn't bad. I like this colorway too. Yeah, a couple artisans available. Hibby, Salvin. Oh, that's so cute. That's so cool. Let's see. Cable collaborations. Space cables, Rustin artisans. Group by dates from the 25th, this Friday, all the way till April 29th. Looks like he's pretty much ready to go. Just waiting for the start date, which is this Friday. Base kit going for 95. To go all in on this, you're looking at about $440. Not bad at all. Comrade questions, I have a weakness for space theme sets. Me too, to be honest. So yeah, as far as I know, these are the only key sets that are starting this week. Just to do a quick recap, we have GMK Marmoreal starting on the 21st. You've got No, that is not starting. That's already ended. We have Voynich also starting on the 21st, and Satellite starting on the 25th. Out of these 3 key sets, which ones are you guys most interested in? Yeah, looks like Voynich and Satellite seem to be the most popular one. Yeah, I think I'd have to agree with the majority of you. Voynich and Satellite seem to be the ones that I really want to do. Like, this one is a must-buy for me just because I like DD. In fact, I was just at a meetup with him a couple weeks ago, and I'll probably see him at this next meetup that's coming up. So yeah, we'll definitely be buying this to support him, especially since it will only cost me 78 bucks. I do have an interest in the Voynich manuscript, but in terms of pure aesthetics, what I personally feel looks really darn good, I'm gonna have to say that Satellite is the one to go for. Yeah, this one just looks so good. FitLab says Satellite and Marmoreal. Might consider Voynich, also because it's DD. Yeah, I know, because it's DD, right? Cloning is pretty rampant in our community. Oh, it's not just in our community, it's pretty much everywhere. Anytime there is the capability to make extra money, to rip someone off or something, there will always be clones, right? Something like Voynich, where all of these novelties are like you can't really say that they're proprietary because the Voynich manuscript has been around for so long, right? So if someone were to copy this, would it really be a clone? Let's see, I would like to see them even try to clone this. I'm sure they will. The clones have just gotten so audacious these past couple years, and their cloning capabilities have also increased. But something like this, you know, like, because the Voynich manuscript has been around for ages. Like, I don't know for sure if these are one-to-one reproductions of stuff that's in the manuscript, but if they are, I don't think it counts as cloning, does it? What do you guys think? Helicopter Fluffy says, for this price, it is better to buy the original. It is absolutely always better to buy the original, no matter what the price is. Let's see. Luminous Peak says, I think it counts as cloning because of the work put into the concept and form. Okay. So Luminous Peak is focusing on the work that does it, not necessarily on the image. Okay. Let's see. They be cloning Merlin. Merlin's been cloned since like the first month after group buy. Helicopter Floppy says yes from an artistic perspective. Okay. It was arranged like this on purpose, and these symbols and images were picked. There's way more in the dock. Ah, okay. The Milky Way queue has been filled up already, as they've been limiting the number of sets they run. You know what? I think that's a good thing, that they're limiting the number of sets. I feel like GMK hasn't been limiting sets. They've just been like, alright, fill up the queue. 2024, 2025, no problem. Keep coming, keep coming. But Milky Way is actually limiting it. That's good. That's good. Yeah, I'm glad that these manufacturers are learning from GMK's zealousness, I guess. Is that the correct word for it? Zealousness to produce keycaps? See, Chris says, I agree the problem with cloning is stealing the R&D, so the work put in to develop something. Ah, there we go. Anyway, as far as I know, these are the only sets and the only things that are starting up this week. So this is the time that we can now transition to the audience group buy section. Okay, Tatai Mo sent me something. This is the ugliest link I have seen. Holy crap. Okay, yeah, let's talk about this one. Let's talk about this one. This is the ZealPC. The ZealPC. Here we go. For $189, you have a 65% keyboard with the... I wouldn't necessarily say this is an exploded layout, but a blockered layout of sorts, kinda. Like, it's not your typical 65, as you don't have a 2.75U shift or so. Different layout that I'm used to. Interesting. Pog only 189. Yeah, let's take a look at it a bit more. Wow, those are lots of flex cuts right there. 4 flex cuts on the PCB. Interesting. And proprietary daughter board. Why can't they just use the universal daughter board? This is a perfect example of how cloning can hurt this community. Right, people clone the things they shouldn't clone. But stuff like this is like, you should have a universal daughter board. Why not just use the IO3 daughter board? Stop making your own things. Like, they can make their own things that don't make sense, but then they clone the things that also don't make sense. Like, what the heck? Look, it doesn't seem that much different than the IO3 daughter board too. There you go, looks like it's a polycarb plate, if I'm not mistaken. FR4 plate. Couple foams, plate foam and case foam. These look like the gaskets. What's all this? Screws and hardware. Switches. These are fish on the side, aren't they? Fish, 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 fish. They're 189, not bad. 6 months left, 169 sold. Drop usually has a very specific delivery date. So this one is estimated ship date is September 15th, 2022. That's not bad at all. Cool, cool, cool. Yeah, let's check it out. Let's see. Thank you very much, Dataimo. Next up is Cannonkeys. Or this one's a TKL expiring this Saturday on the 26th. So this one is, you know, if you did not want to join in on the Phoenix TKL from earlier, no, you can consider this board for $319, or I guess $349 if you want to go for the E-White PCB. You have solder PCB available, mystery box, brass plate extras and all that. But I'm not sure I like the badge up front, to be honest. Yeah, like the badge kind of looks like an afterthought to me. Let's see, brass right there. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, I haven't heard about this board, so I don't really know what to expect from it. Let's see, other features: top mount, aluminum alloy top and middle and bottom case, FR4 plate, PVD brass weight, and brass badge, soldered flex cut PCB, Type C interface via support, Poron foam kits, weight is 2.5 kilograms, front height is 19. There we go. Okay. So earlier for the Phoenix TKL, the front height was a little higher than I'm used to. 19 millimeters is right there for me. Now, so far the only thing I'm seeing about this that I don't like is having the badge up front right there. Not a fan of badges prominently displayed on the board like this. So yeah, check it out. Check it out if you guys want. Cannonkeys says expiring on the 26th. Let me update the group buy list. NotFromSam Size.L. All right. All right, who's next? This is from Mohaba. This is the Sequence 65. Pre-order up for the next 2 weeks. Basically a second case for the Portal 65. Ah, okay. It's funny how he calls it a fast pre-order. Okay. A second case for the Portal 65. So I'm gonna have to, I don't know what the Portal 65 looks from memory. So let me pull up pictures so people can see. There we go. This is the Portal 65. Standard blockered 65 with the interesting looking back right there. So now we have the Sequence 65. Let's see what's different about this. Not as fancy for the keyboard bottom. The front looks more or less the same. I'm seeing that the edges, okay, so the edges on the portal seem a little sharper than this one. Interesting, okay. So basically just a secondary case. 190 bucks, not bad. How much was the portal? I don't remember how much the portal was. Check out this page to read up on the details. Do they have a price? Whew! Target cost 340. Okay, yeah, this is, think of this as the discount portal, I guess. The discount portal, not as fancy. But yeah, check it out if you guys have the time. Include solderable PCB goes up to 225. Hot swap PCB goes up to 235. Interesting. Okay. So I'd like to see a picture of the PCB, because if this is a daughter board supporting PCB, then there may be other cases that this PCB can fit in. Right, next up is Mirmot. Oh, Mirmot, you literally just put it in right after Mohubba. We just talked about that sequence 65. See what's next here. Krakenwise. There we go. This one is an Arisu keyboard from Krakenwise. From Nico and Steph Studios. I have not heard of that company before. Interesting. Yeah, if you're looking for an Arisu keyboard, available in clear frosted or matte black, each for about 160 bucks. You can check out this one right here. Yeah, this looks to be a, here we go, USB-C port protruding from the PCB a little for easier cable insertion. KL hot swap PCB, no solder PCB available. Additional details, acrylic shipped with protective film, PCB pre-flash with VIA. Plate material is 3mm acrylic, sandwich mount, okay. Acrylic case, interesting. Sandwich cases, acrylic, stacked acrylic boards like these aren't generally the highest of qualities. But at the same time, if you wanted to give an Arisu layout a try, this is one of the more affordable options from the looks of it. So thank you very much, Krakenwise. See, last but not the least, Pararch. Looks like another set dropping on the 22nd. Ooh, okay. There you go. I talked about this on my interest check video. This is PBT Transmutation. He's already got prototypes, so that's cool. According to Pararch, it is starting on the 22nd. Yep, GB March 22nd. That's on Tuesday. Not bad. Let's see. Let's look at a couple of these pictures. If I remember correctly, my critique about this set back then was that the Alpha Legends, like the Latin Alpha Legends, seemed smaller than the actual Transmutation Legends, right? So that bothered me a little. I wanted to, in my mind, I wanted to mix and match them. So if the Transmutation Legends were larger, it would just look off. But yeah, it is pretty interesting. See, I'm trying to remember what I said about this during my interest check video. Ooh, oh, look at that. Actually, I know this is just a render, but look at that caps lock. That C is all the way on the edge. Holy cow. Okay, the desk mats look pretty cool. Let's see. Vendors are going to be Kono Store. But wait, this is starting on the 22nd and they don't have vendors, or they don't have proxies anywhere else yet? And they don't have pricing either? Interesting. This might be delayed if they can't figure all that out quite yet. Here, let's go look at this photo here. This is one of those sets which I'm gonna be like, if it ever gets jumbled up in its keycap tray, right? I'm gonna pick up one of these keys and be like, where the hell does this go? Like, I'm gonna need some kind of a picture just to just to position all of this correctly. Everything looks ready from Kono and the GB will commence March 22nd. So with them saying this, I'm guessing that Kono is the only seller? Okay, well anyway, not really up my alley. I know I'm all about magic and stuff, but not too much my deal. No. I was actually hoping to see this guy at like the meetup, or if he showed up at the Discord server, because he is from Seattle, you know, so. But I don't think he's ever shown up on our Seattle Discord server, nor has he shown up at the meetup. So, or at least they have not made themselves known. Yeah, interesting set for sure. Well, check it out. Check it out if you guys are interested. Well, it looks like no one else is sending me anything, so I think this is a good time to end the stream. So thank you everyone for joining in. As I said earlier, my next stream will be this Tuesday, in which I will be showcasing the Cannonkeys Savage65, especially since tomorrow is going to be their sale. So check it out if you want to hear my thoughts and opinions on my very first burger-mounted Brutalist series board. So yeah, thanks guys for joining in. Hope you have a good start to your week, and I will see you when I see you. Goodbye everyone.